Okay, so all right, so I just watched a video on Facebook where a statement has been attributed to uh, the late Mohbad's wife, Wumi, regarding the court injunction or the court demanding a DNA test to be carried out on her son, Mohbad's son. So it's alleged that Wumi said if the DNA test turns out negative or comes out negative, then it is possible that the baby may have been swapped in the hospital or switched in the hospital. Okay, so I watched that video smiling. I watched that video smiling for a lot of reasons. Okay, I watched that video smiling for a lot of reasons. And while I was watching that video, a lot of things that I played out were just replaying in my head. You know, one of those things is the fact that it was rumored that Wumi had done a private DNA test, and some people had even carried it out, made out some posts that can we now go allow this go rest now since the DNA has proven that Mohbad is the father of the child. And later on, it was later realized that the DNA test was allegedly done using the DNA sample from Mohbad's mom. That means the child's grandmom, paternal grandmother. And again, when VDM was talking about the WhatsApp group that was set up by the likes of Yabo Joe, Tonto DK, Dre, Dre, Davido, and a couple other people, DDM said something when he was dismissing the fact that the statement by Yabo Joe that he left the group when Davido was being attacked. BDM said something. He said it was not the reason. That was not the reason why she left. She left because of the outcome of the DNA test. Okay, so that was um, that was BDM statement, and also was asking. There were questions around because Yabojo informed the group that a DNA test had been separately done, but the result was not mentioned. I think they said they got on the call and talked about it. Okay, and I think according to BDM, that was when Yabojo left the group. All right. So a lot of now, if Wumi really said this, now then it is clear that Wumi already knows that Mohbad is not the father of that child. And if she knows that Mohbad is not the father of that child, then she knows the father of that child. And trust me, if that DNA, I don't want to play the devil advocate and being to preempt what the outcome will be. But if that DNA turns out to be turns out negative, then the mystery around Mohbad's death would have been unraveled almost 60-70%. Okay. Almost because again they have an kind of suspicion that Mohbad's death may be related to the paternity of that child. Okay, and you know a lot of people have to come out publicly and apologize to VDM because when VDM brought the dimension of that DNA test, a lot of people went for his head. His notes were released, a lot of things were done, a lot of things were done just to push him away, discourage him, or kind of make him give up. And I'm really glad the court have said that this test should be done in Nigeria and abroad. Okay, and again, if that test comes out negative, a lot of people have also been saying that that child looks like Samilari. I have been seeing how close VDM is with the likes of Samilari and Naramali. Thankfully, he has only been publicly. I've only seen videos of him and Naramali, not Samilari. Sorry, yeah, Naramali, of course, not Samilari. Now, and that is important because if Mohbad is not the father of that child, then I don't know what I want to say, but I would also suggest that they do a DNA test of the baby sample and that of Samilari. And if they do that and it turns out positive, then it opens a new dimension to this case of Mohbad's death and what killed him and the allegations that were made against Samilari. Remember when VDM made a video about their meeting, when he ran into Yabojo and Armali in a police station, he said something about Yabojo saying that even though Naramali is not guilty, but Samilari is guilty, that Samilari has something to do with Mohbad's death, even though she's not able to prove it. But if this DNA test comes out negative and they do a DNA test, and I really hope that Samilari will submit himself for that DNA test if it becomes necessary. And if it does and it turns out positive, then a lot of things will begin to make sense. A lot of the allegations will begin to make sense. You understand what I mean? So I am really looking forward to the outcome of the DNA test, and for Bumi to try to preempt the outcome and begin to give excuses before the test is done kind of raises some eyebrows. And I think that is very, 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 very important. That is very important. If she said that's unfortunate, because for me, even if she's not sure, she should have just allowed the test to play out first. You cannot start to build defense, begin to defend yourself when the DNA test has not even come out in the first place. And if she had done the DNA test privately, she didn't publish the outcome, and she's been avoiding the court summon on because when the father-in-law went to court to get demanding for DNA test, I understand that Wumi was kind of avoiding being served those papers, and the court had to give order for her to be served through other means. You understand? That means she knows a lot of things, and that also means that what VDM said about the outcome of that DNA test, private DNA test, being the reason why Uyabojo left the group, because it will start making a lot of sense. And again, the question now is, it also means that those people didn't know the reason, didn't know a lot of things, and didn't know that the Wumi is not, Bombard is not the father of that child. And that was why they were planning to fly her out of the country, according to the information from their WhatsApp group. You see, there are a lot of things that need to that will be coming out, and I think a lot of kudos will go to VDM. A lot of people will have to apologize to VDM publicly. A lot of people, because the numbers of hate for VDM became so much because of the fans of Yabojo and because of this VDM this Mobat's case, because of this Mobat's case. And especially when they brought up the issue of DNA test. Some people said it's a diversion and stuff. The only thing for me now that I'm not very comfortable with, even though they have been said that Ramali is not guilty, is not involved in the death, and of course they have. I know Gideon is doing or whatever he's doing to kind of promote Naramali, put him out there in the face and try to revive his career, which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. But I think for now, he should focus on Naramali and not go too close to Samilari. Of course, I know that VDM is not the kind of person who will cover you because you are close to him. He will still come out to see what he has to say. But then again, it's 20 times ahead, and I really look forward to this DNA test and what will come out of it. And I think we are really getting very, very close to the cause of Mohbad's death, and I can't wait for this to be unraveled. So this chapter will close permanently. We can move on to other things.